think I'm live. Hello. Today, this is all about the reveal of the Spring Hometastic box. I'm absolutely shattered, to be honest. So, if I'm not quite as lively as I usually am, that is because today we've had a photo shoot. It looks a bit like I've done my hair and makeup, all especially for this reveal, but that's not quite true. I'm thrilled to let you know that we had 240 boxes and we have sold, I can't do my maths now, 232. So I've only got 8 of the Hometastic boxes for spring left. If anybody after watching this wants to subscribe, I would love to have you on board. We've had 2 new subscribers just the last few days, so that's so exciting. But I like to come on every time and tell you a little bit about why I chose what I chose. And show you all the things, really. So for me, spring has always been a great time. Being English, you've gone through a really hard, dark, cold winter, and spring is just like about opening up the doors, cleaning up the house, and brightening things up. And that's, I think of the spring bulbs and all the rest of it. And the reason I decided on the theme, I usually find one item first. And the reason I decided on the theme this time was because this lovely pot. And it's not very good light, I'm sorry. Oh, that's better. So this little pot has got all these beautiful little flowers on, daisies. So it's a planter. So that was the first thing I found. But then I stumbled upon this dustpan and brush, and it's so cute. One of the customers has actually got a dustpan and brush. Got hooks that match her dustpan and brush. So it comes from a company called Viger. I should have worked out where they're from actually, but I've got a feeling it's German or Swedish or something. And spring cleaning, and I love to give you decor, and I love to give you jugs and vases and all the rest of it, but there's only so many of those you can have, isn't there? So this was the next thing, the dustpan and brush, which is a lot of fun. They do such a great range, actually. I'd love to add more things of these flowery things in another time. Then I bought all the stock practically of this doormat. So the doormat is quite a big doormat, actually. It's covered in all the same kind of flowers. There you go. You've got the idea. I'm going to put it down. So a fab doormat. Now I have to admit I got a bit burnt. I include the postage in the cost of the Hometastic box, which is $149.95, which is once every 3 months. And the postage is all included. So that's one-off cost. But it took quite a big box. And I didn't figure that. I didn't think about that. So I maybe won't be putting things quite so big in there next time. But because of that, we decided to deliver some of the boxes and did a drive down to Sydney, which was that was a long day in itself, but it was actually really lovely to meet some of you, because my dream was always to have a shop and to meet people, and that did make it really lovely that I got to meet some of you. I'm trying to think if it was last spring. Yeah, I think it was last spring. We did it. I've got bits of juice stuck in my throat now. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to cough all the way through it now. I inhaled a bit of the stuff out of the doormat. I got a lovely lady who actually has a subscription box herself, who runs a craft subscription box, to do a laundry sign. So this time, having spotted a load of spring signs, it's back to front, I'm sorry. We've got this sign that said Hello Spring, and literally she painted all of them by hand and stenciled all of them by hand. It's Sam from Raggedy Bits, so have a look at what she does. She's got a place out at Richmond, so I like to support some local businesses as well as others. She's got a lovely business out at Richmond where she has stalls for lots of different crafters and people that've got antiques and vintage and so on. So that Sam made us 240 of these signs, bless her. And we met up halfway between there and Sydney in the dark, but outside the toilets. It was very, very shady while she handing us all of these boxes of signs. While I'm talking a bit about local businesses, this is a new business. They actually contacted me called The Ugly Chocolate. They actually have a stall at Sam's business, which is a complete and utter coincidence. This is run by two Spanish, I don't know if they're both Spanish, but one of them at least is Spanish, Mim and Maria, who they're in Sydney as well, who just design all sorts of chocolate things. So they designed this especially for the spring box when I showed them the other things. They use European chocolate. So if you've ever eaten chocolate in England or anywhere in Europe, you'll know that, okay, we won't have an argument about it, but it is so much better than Australian chocolate. I think that's because it's got something in that stops it melting. So they made the sweet treat this time, this lovely chocolate lollipop. It's amazing there's still one in my house, but I had to keep it ready for this. The final thing in the box is this cute little dish, which somebody said that it was a little soap dish, and I guess it would make a great soap dish, but it's just one of those little things that maybe your rings on the beside your bed, or coins or whatever. It's just very, very cute. We actually sell this in a completely round one. This is a bit more oval, and that's got the lovely lavender on because we've got some beautiful bushes of lavender, so it felt very spring to me. So that's the last thing. In the box is a bit of card from me, and that's reminding any of you, can't read it, I'm sorry, but it's reminding any of you that did get the box to take some pictures. And you get a chance to win a voucher from me for Ruby's Home Store. And then finally, there's always a brochure that I design myself. I won't show you too much, but sort of it varies a lot about what was in the box, giving you ideas of how to style it, ideas of how to style your home. I've always put something a bit different in there, so it's just a bit of an added extra. Somebody's given me a heart. I don't know how all this works, but there's 4 of you there, and I so appreciate you taking the time to listen to me when I am absolutely a bit pooped. So that's the leaflet that goes in with a bit extra. And the other thing is, this is on here, there is a code because we have a Facebook group which people can join, and there's quite a lovely community in there. Actually, I post in there occasionally, maybe not quite as often as I should, but people share their photos and share their unboxings and all the rest of it. And we have a bit of a thing going on with people's pets with the things. I think they're not quite as used to being in front of the camera as I am, so we get pets instead. I've got quite a lot of photos already of pets sitting on the doormats and things like that. So that was what was in the spring box. I've already got everything ready for the summer box. It's a bit different once again. The Hometastic box is always kept as a surprise. So most people, I hope everybody's got their boxes by now. The biggest thing about it is opening it up, not quite knowing what you're getting, but having a treat for yourself. Everybody loves things. Some people, if they're not so sure about it, they keep things for a gift or whatever, or to donate to charity or so on. So there's just 8 boxes left. I'd love it if we could fill all those spaces. We will just have 250 subscribers for the next box, so that means there'll only be 10 more spaces for the summer box. I think that's enough for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you watch this later, perhaps you could make comment as well on our Facebook. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. I'm glad everybody loves their box. I'm going to go. I'm going to do this again on Instagram, and then I'm going to go and wash my makeup off and put my pajamas on. Bye. Thank you.